Debbie Perry from Salt Lake Running Company, and today I'll be making meatballs. The first thing we're going to put in the meatballs is the meat. You have a couple choices here. Sometimes I can use wild buffalo, wild elk, or wild beef. Today, and most of the time, I'm going to be using ground turkey. I usually get my ground turkey at Costco in the bulk packages, and I have a big family. Again, there's 7 of us. I'm always going to make an extra, so I have 3 packages in the bowl at about 1.5 pounds of each, so there's about 4.5 pounds of meat in here. So once you have the meat and it's thawed out and in the bowl, then we're going to be putting in about one onion per package that you use. And it's okay if you have a pound package or if your package is 1.5 pounds. The measurements are going to be about the same. So this is per package. 1 chopped onion per package. And I just use like a mini chop on that to kind of get them minced basically so they're finely chopped. I'm also going to be using a grated Romano cheese. I prefer Romano cheese over like a Parmigiano Reggiano. Either way, a good fresh cheese is really the best. 1 cup per package of the grated fresh cheese. And then after that, I'm going to start putting in my spices. And of course, this is a ground garlic. You are more than welcome to use a fresh garlic. And you'll be using about 1 teaspoon to 2 teaspoons per package of the ground garlic, or about 3 or 4 heads of garlic, cloves of garlic per package. Then we move on to the Italian seasoning, and this is one that you use quite a bit of, about 1 tablespoon per package, and that sounds like a lot, but again, this is your main seasoning, and I really do prefer the mixes, so then I don't have to use several kinds. But if you want to just do basil and oregano on the side, then that's great. It really doesn't matter kind of your preference, or even adding sage to the mixture is a really great seasoning to add to this mixture. And then we just finish it off with some salt and pepper. This is just a coarse ground pepper that I'm going to be putting in here, about 1 teaspoon per package. And then I've already got the salt in here, and again it's about 1 teaspoon per package of salt, maybe a little bit more. A nice sea salt blend was really great for that. And then once they're all in here, then yes, you take your bare hands, nice and clean, and you're just going to dig in here. And this is one recipe that does not need eggs. You don't have to put eggs in here. I've never needed it, because one of the things we're going to do is we're going to bake these in our next step. And I prefer baking these only because then I know they're going to hold together, and then we'll simmer them for a little bit in the sauce when the baking is over. Okay, now we've spent a little time rolling out all of the meat into the meatballs. And of course with meatballs, you can make them smaller, you can make them bigger depending on the usage. I just kind of go for a medium size, pack them tight right into the pan. They're not going to enlarge like a cookie, so it's not a big deal to pack those puppies in there. And then as soon as they're on, then we're just going to pop them right into the oven, 400 degrees, and it'll take only about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes to cook these. Took these out of the oven. And it's just kind of like any other meat you'd make in the oven. They're a little bit brown all over. I've checked the inside, make sure it's not too pink or anything. Now turkey is always going to have a little bit of a pink tinge. And the other thing you want to keep in mind is to not overcook them and dry them out. As you can see, there's plenty of juices in here. I'm going to put the juices right into the pan. You want to have those. I already have in 3 jars of sauce. Remember, I used 3 packages. So I have a jar of spaghetti sauce per package, and that's where you just have the freedom to do any kind of spaghetti sauce that you would like. It really doesn't matter. Sometimes it's nice to splurge on a really good heirloom tomato one for this recipe. So I'm just going to scrape all these in here. Okay, now that they're all the meatballs, both pans are in here, I'm just going to mix them up. And then really from here, all you have to do is set it on the stove and bring it to just a low simmer. This, again, it's a great recipe to do even for a big crowd in one of those big simmering 18-quart cookers. You can serve this a variety of ways. You can serve them by themselves. Of course, you can serve them over pasta. A lot of people love that. If you're trying to avoid the wheat, you can also serve it over brown rice, wild rice, and sometimes at our house we'll do it over spaghetti squash or the hard squashes. Or again, don't be afraid to have them alone with a salad or whatever you want to pair them with. So just let them heat up, let them simmer just a little bit so everything's nice and warm and blended. They will keep really well in the fridge for about a week, and they also freeze really well. So this is a really great recipe to make a bunch and to freeze them up or put them in the fridge and eat them for a while. So if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, feel free to go to our website and email us, or you can look on the website saltlakeruningco.com for the full recipe. Thank you.